Well, here we are, Phil Rockner and Tim Bradley on top of this wonderful Shimano Experience project. If you haven't seen it here at Ironman Melbourne, you need to come and check it out, Tim. They've got a shipping container with a bar on top, and anybody who knows anything about triathlon, beautiful place to watch this event, and nice initiative by our mates from Shimano.
Right in the heart of the Catani Gardens, you couldn't get a better spot. We're overlooking the finish line here, and we've got the beautiful bay in the background. It's a good spot to be in Melbourne.
Well, we've just come from the press conference and seen 6 of the best having a bit of a look at what they've come up with. It's an interesting one. The vibe of the press conference for mine was happy. Everybody was just happy.
Wasn't it? It was chipper.
I know, everyone was up and about. I want to see some angst. We were going to see angst for these athletes. In the old days, in the 80s, we'd see a lot of angst between some of the great rivalries, but not today at Ironman Melbourne, the Asia Pacific Championship. What we got was a lot of happy people.
It was the press conference of the haves and the have-nots, though, wasn't it? We had the guys that were nervous about getting the points on Sunday, and then we also had the guys like Luke McKenzie, who were in a great position come Sunday of simply needing to finish.
And it's interesting, we asked Luke McKenzie how he was going to structure his year with the points already behind him.
It really allows you to plan a lot better and set up your year, and I think, I've traditionally had to race 2 or 3 Ironman events just to qualify for Hawaii, and I think that's a great opportunity for me to take a year where I can race a little less, and obviously we're expecting my first baby in 10 weeks time now, and so I think that's going to take a little bit of priority over the next little while.
Craig's sitting there going, dude, you have
it's very timely. It's going to give me the opportunity to focus on that and have a good preparation for Hawaii. I'm really looking forward to having.
It was interesting stuff that Luke McKenzie actually said about that. It was someone he's like the cat who's got the cream at the moment.
He's in the great position, he just needs to finish on Sunday. He said he wants to go for the win, though. He is here to race, which I think is a great sign of a true champion. Luke stepped up. He's come leaps and bounds in the last 12 months. So hopefully Luke will lead the Aussie charge come Sunday. And,
going from the haves to the have-nots. And Marino Van Honaka was a man who didn't go to Kona last year. No. And as a result, his KPR level, his Kona points ranking is very, very much on the down at the moment. So we asked him how much pressure he had coming into this event.
I just wait and see what happens on Sunday, and then I can probably answer properly on this question. The rest of the season really is going to depend on Sunday. I just hope I'm not that deep into the field that I get no points at all. I would hope to go to Kona without another Ironman. So that would mean I have to be around, let's say, 5th place.
Well, interesting comments from Marino in the fact that he's, knows that he has to finish. He knows he needs a top 5.
Yeah, he does. He's realistic about his chances here too. He knows this is a deep field. He knows he's coming up against Craig Alexander, Michael Weiss, Luke McKenzie, just to name a few. So it's going to be hard to get into that top 5. But the way Marino rode that bike, and if it's a northerly again, Phil, I really think Marino's going to be dangerous. He said he wasn't in the best condition, but it's
They
Marino.
always say that, don't they?
It's
crazy kids.
Crazy kids.
The one I was actually enjoying watching, of course, is the Pros Pro. The question was thrown at him by one of the journos sitting there was, is it dead for you in Kona? Is it finally done? And they asked him directly, point blank, Crowie, are we going to see you in Kona?
To be honest, when I said last year I didn't think I'd be back in Kona, I meant it, and I still feel that way. I know what it takes to prepare for that race, and I don't think I can commit the time or the energy anymore. And if I was honest, I probably have in the last couple of years, for whatever reason. And that falls upon me, as a professional athlete. It's your job to do that.
Pretty adamant there that he wasn't going to go to Kona, and and again, as he has a family that gets older and grows, the responsibilities that he feels to be at home grow as well.
Yeah, he certainly says he doesn't have the time to give it the preparation that he wants to, and you've got to take Crow on his word. If he doesn't feel like he can get himself to be in that, the condition that he thinks he needs to be able to race Kona to be competitive at that top end, it's good for us though, because we get to see him here at Melbourne.
I feel the winds of change are about, Tim Bradley. I feel that we're in this wonderful place of change, and certainly a lot of our pros today at the press conference talked about that. One who did was Caroline Steffen, and she alluded to that, and we asked her directly about her new coaching relationship with Chris McCormack, and A, does she see him, and B, how is it actually going?
I put a poster up at home on my wall, so I see him every day. right above my bed, so. I'm excited. It's interesting. It's hard. It's not an easy coach. It's not a soft coach. But it's just I'm back training with. I'm happy and I enjoy training. It's challenging. It's interesting. It's a bit like Marina. I've changed everything except my boyfriend. So I'm just happy at the moment and happy trainer, happy racer, and more relaxed, and I feel less pressure at the moment.
How about she actually cracked up the room with a couple of those responses?
It's interesting because she said, after coming off a campaign and season with Doc Sutton, that she said Macca is a hard-working coach. I found that to be hysterical.
Well, given that Doc Sutton's track record with the women athletes that he's coached and how well he's brought them all up, I mean, Mary Beth Ellis said too that she's been given the tools by Doc to actually do that. It's a funny one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you've got two of the best athletes of the world. It's interesting that they're both coming off working with the same coach in Caroline Steffen and Mary Beth Ellis. They're both racing here, both under new coaches. Who's going to get the win?
Well, it's all to do now for our athletes at Ironman Melbourne, the Asia Pacific Championship. Tim Bradley and Phil Rockner for first off the bike. We'll see you race side.